the Jersey Beer Guys
and one girl
podcast is hosted by Rob Dowie.
I think I got it, but just in case, tell me the whole thing again. I wasn't listening.
Amy Diamond.
You are a very well-respected journalist in the craft beer industry. You know that, don't you?
With Ian Dowie.
I only came here to do two things, man. Kick some ass and drink some beer. Looks like we're almost out of beer.
And Eric Bracken.
Damn, I'm thirsty. I want a beer. What about you? You want a beer?
Featuring Tony Iacono.
Tell what's in beer, eh? Like my brother can tell the difference between beers by what his burps taste like.
And Kevin Riley O'Reilly of Philly Beer Trail.
Now you listen here. He's not the Messiah. He's a very naughty boy. Now go away.
Produced by me, Richard Rabin.
I think this is one of the traits of a really good producer. Keep the talent happy.
It's the show about New Jersey craft beer you didn't know you wanted to listen to. Okay, let's get the ball rolling.
What you are about to hear is bizarre, unsettling, and riveting.
We've got entirely too many troublemakers here.
10 seconds to self-destruct.
If there's still a world left when this is all over, I'd like to buy you a beer.
To alcohol, the cause of and solution to all of life's problems.
Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's afternoon for us here with the Jersey Beer Guys.
And a girl.
Damn, she doesn't know her part. Okay, we're going to cut her off now. So we have a full house today. So the whole crew is here. So Eric's here today.
Yeah.
And probably already started drinking way before we did.
Maybe pre-gaming's good.
Maybe because it's like what 10 after 12 on a Sunday, and so Eric was
Sunday.
Yeah, there you go. So you know the girls here. So Tony's here today.
Hey, I'm back. How you doing?
Okay, so we have a special guest engineer today. Somebody you voice you haven't heard in a while.
Who would that be?
And you probably don't want to hear it, but you're going to hear him anyway. Go ahead, introduce yourself.
I'm back.
Who is it?
Oh, who knows?
All right. Well,
special guest.
So Ian's back. He brought the whole family. I guess it was the only place he could go because they have all kinds of food. Because his kid over there eats like a fucking unbelievable.
Wow, you dropped the F-bomb already.
That was quick, too. That was quick.
Wow.
Yeah.
All right, I can go.
All right, so since we're at a place that has food, we're here at Ark Road Brewing. So we got Kenny and Andrew. And I'll tell you what, Kenny, you're a brewer, right?
Yes, sir.
So you're the general manager.
Correct.
Andrew, so were you a brewer?
Not a brewer specifically, but I have done some brewing experience.
Because you had the mustache and beard for it. You both did. Both had the mustache and beard.
Association.
I think that's like a prerequisite that you had to have a mustache and beard. Now Kenny's rocking the hair and the beard.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. It was pretty much a job requirement.
Yeah,
on your resume.
Yeah. So he's rocking the mustache. I wish I could rock a mustache like that. He's got the. We'll get a picture of all of us together, but. I'm impressed by that mustache.
St. Patty's Day coming up. I'm dyeing the whole thing green with gold tips.
There you go.
Nice.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
I know where I'm coming.
Imagine what they're going to do to the beer.
Oh.
Who knows?
Who knows? Nobody knows. So I had the pleasure of meeting Kenny at Dr. Brulittle's one day, and we sat down there. And Kenny, tell us about how you managed to make it where you're at now.
Oh man, it's I'll try to keep it as short as possible, but yeah, I always have been kind of home brewing. My dad was super into it when I was growing up, and that was just something that I kind of always had in my back pocket. I love doing it. I love making beer. Wasn't really like my first shot at like what I really wanted to do. I played music for a bunch of years. I traveled the country and stuff, so I always just kind of had that like falling back on it. So I had my first daughter about like 3 years ago, and that kind of really changed my whole perspective of what I really wanted to do. So
maybe adulting became real at that point, didn't it?
And there's only one thing that I can think of that I really wanted to adult in, and I think that was it was beer. It was craft beer.
So you worked at Double Nickel, right?
I did, yeah. I was there the beginning of 2017, and then I left there to start here right at the end of 2020.
All right. So, cool. Andrew, how'd your journey get to be where you're at now?
So, truth be told, I actually back in the day was going to college for IT, and then found out that I didn't really like IT. But I had some medical things happen that kind of put me out of the dark for finishing up, and it just kind of brought me into reality to realize that situation. But I've been working in the restaurant industry for probably the better part of 15, 16, 17 years ever since I was in high school. And prior to this place, I was actually with Iron Hill for about 7 years. So a lot of my experience, surrounding the world of beer, I attribute to to Iron Hill. I've learned so much, and it just was one of those defining learning experiences throughout my life that kind of just really made me realize that this is exactly what I want to do. So when I heard word of Ark Brewery and that this was popping up, I kind of I couldn't help but dive right in and try to come right out, and we are where we are today, and it's been quite a crazy roller coaster, like quite legitimately. But no, it's literally grown to become like the staple passion of my entire life, and just this whole world, this whole realm, the creativity, and the passion that goes into making beer, serving beer, just having a wonderful time. Like it really just is what ignites my life. Yeah.
Cool. Well, that's the good thing about beer. It makes you have a good time.
Exactly.
Brings everybody together.
Yeah, exactly.
Go ahead, Aim. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was going to say, unless you drink too much, then you don't remember the good time.
Well, you say you don't get drunk on craft beer.
No, I don't get a hangover.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh, I get plenty drunk.
Like for the party.
Sometimes.
That is true. So,
if the party's only 4 hours.
Yeah.
5 hour. Oh. It's Amy Diamond 5 hour rule.
5 hour.
You got to learn how to pace yourself. That's what it's all about.
Oh, I'm pretty good at it. I pace myself within this 5 hours. Then I'm done. It's not true.
She has an expiration time on her. So
I swear you guys just put shit in my beer to make me pass out sooner.
Well, I'll tell you what. If that was the case, you'd only be 2 hours. I'd knock you out.
That's
quicker.
not nice.
I'm not a nice person.
Well,
so we're
my
good.
bad.
Yeah, I'm your brother.
I know.
Nice. So we're drinking beer here. It's 12:05. So I think Ian,
we're 17.
Me, Ian, and Tony all have the same beer. I think you guys have the same beer too, right?
I have the same beer.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah.
What do you have?
We have the double dry hop.
I do too.
No way.
Well, yeah, I had to try it. Everybody else was trying it.
There's 2 hour Amy.
Yep. Can't be left out.
No, but my glass is smaller.
Okay.
So I'm pacing, see?
You're also smaller than
I'm pacing.
Well,
I just have them
I think Eric has
continuously
something
coming.
different. What do you have?
I tried the Trogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, what, they make that here? No.
I honestly can't tell you how often that happens.
Yeah.
And it's,
So we're at a brew.
I was trying to hide that.
Well, we're at a brew pub. Well, it's good to talk about though, because you're at a brew pub, and in when you guys first opened, you couldn't brew right away.
Correct.
But you could be open for food and to serve the alcohol.
Yeah, so fortunately, we have a full liquor license, which allows us to have a kitchen, allows us to have actual hard alcohol, wine, things like that. So it kind of got us to a point where we knew that the state of New Jersey was going to take some time on getting the brewery license.
The state of New Jersey?
It's unreal.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
So, yeah, exactly. But, instead of, kind of sitting and waiting for, like, the right time, I feel like we kind of were just like, we need to rip the Band-Aid off, open, and just hope for the best,
Right.
Even if we're operating like a restaurant, pub, at least we're open, and at least we can kind of like give people a little bit of a vibe of like what we're, hoping for once the actual license comes in.
At some point, you have to get cash flow.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I know that you were brewing down Dr. Brewloader.
Yeah. So
you were helping them, and then you had their product on.
Yeah. It was actually, it's just a beautiful relationship that I have with Jack, where when I was at Double Nickel, while he was actually planning the opening of Dr. Brewlittle's, I used to love just keeping a bartending shift on. So I used to bartend Thursday nights. It was just like a nice, cash flow. Nice. And we used to literally just brainstorm and talk and share ideas. And he would just show me his book and his journal of everything that he was thinking of. And then, I guess it was like week 1 of when we were open at Ark Brewery. And Jack walks in the front door and he's like, "What the fuck, man?" He's like, "What are you doing here? Like, what's going on?" And immediately, I told him our issues with not being able to brew. Mm-hmm. And he just kind of opened his arms and was like, "Let's do it. Come through, and as long as we have an open tank, you guys can brew some beer here.
Nice.
So we've been taking advantage of that, pretty much brewing 2 to 3 beers a month, I'd say.
Right.
And then, trying to keep them on draft here it's been a little bit more of a difficulty than we had thought in the first place.
You're allowed to carry other people's beer, so you did have a lot of other beer, and now, like he said, Eric has a Trogs.
Yeah, so before I went to Double Nickel, I actually just worked in the industry at a bottle stop in Medford, and me and my brother kind of ran that and tried to bring all the best craft beer, in the tri-state area and stuff like that to Medford. And I became really good friends with the reps from, say, Allagash and Trogs. And the second that we opened, they just kind of helped me out. Because I was like, you know what? I did not expect us to be blowing through like 20 half barrels a week. I was like, I need some help. And they were like, we got you. So between Trogs, Allagash, we always have Brotherton on. And then pretty much all Jersey breweries, we like to keep them rotated.
Right.
Just, try to have some local stuff on at all times.
So wait, are you brewing here now yet?
We still are not.
Okay, so that's why you only have the one, and then you have the collab with.
Yeah, so like last week we had, I think, like six of our own on.
Yes. Yeah.
And we blew through them all.
Okay.
So it's just like it's been pretty difficult trying to keep
kick.
them on.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just
that's
like
a good thing.
So you're not brewing on premises yet?
Nope.
So is that the state or the federal government giving you?
A little bit of both.
Okay.
So TTB, I think, is still on its way, which is like the Tobacco and Alcohol Tax Bureau. And then ABC, we've been in talks with for the past like 2 weeks, like pretty frequently, like, every other day. So we're feeling confident that it's going to be soon, but you never know with New Jersey.
Wow.
So.
Yeah. Oh God, that's unbelievable. So I didn't know. So what we're drinking here, this is your beer, but this is brewed someplace else.
Yeah, brewed at Dr. Brittle's.
Okay.
What's the name of the beer? I'm sorry.
So this is Cycle. It's a double IPA, 8.1%, brewed like in New England, but we use a really cool yeast called Vernon, and it dries it out beautifully. So it's not very, very sweet, but at the same time, you get a lot of those like tropical kind of flavors from the hops.
That was my first tasting. That was tropical, bright. There's no hop burn, and it tastes like a 5% for it being 8.
I know it's sneaky.
I know. We got to keep an eye on aim.
Comes up.
Yep.
That's why I have a small one.
We're gonna have to eat soon to do that. So this is Ian's first time with us in a while. And he's using the brand. He's using the new board. So
I'm making it look like I'm doing something.
Okay,
up and down.
Got good stuff. So to totally get off the thing, let's talk about where you've been and what you've been doing since you haven't been with us.
I have a maniac 1-year-old child now. Well, look, he's eating again.
They do that.
They do that. Yeah, he does it a lot.
Like father, like son.
Well, you don't want him not to, then he wouldn't grow.
Yeah, that's true. And then I decided to change job positions at work with going management and getting all the overtime I want for free. So
I love that.
Yeah, 70 hours a week now.
For free.
For free, yeah.
Yeah.
It's mighty nice of you.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you just went to Colorado a couple weeks ago.
I did escape to Colorado for 5 days to do some snowboarding.
So I get a picture on the phone. I haven't heard from the kid in a week and a half or whatever. I popped a picture on my phone of a beer. I'm like, where you at? He's like, Colorado. He's at some brewery in Colorado.
Yeah.
Must be nice.
It was.
Escape. Nice.
Well, it's funny. It doesn't leave your system. You go someplace like going snowmobile this coming week to Yellowstone, and we're planning.
Oh my God, that's right.
Yeah, so we're planning the first night we're going to Jackson Hole. We're going to a brewery, a brew pub that
That's
first
how it
night.
goes, man.
Yeah. Sneak.
Oh, you did that last weekend. You went to Virginia.
Oh, yeah, we went to Virginia Beach.
And I knew where you were because you kept put in where you were.
Well, here's what's funny. On the way back, we're coming up 113, and it's the first time I ever came up 113. We're coming up the road, and I see Berlin Brewing, or Berlin, like 20 miles away. I said, oh, Burley Oak is in Berlin. So the other half gets on the phone, looks it up. She goes, they're open. I said, are you sure? And it was President's Day. I said, you sure? She's like, she called him on the phone. You open? Or yeah, it was 11:30. 11:30, we roll up at Burley Oak. I was like, I'm in no hurry to get home. I'm not working. I'm unemployed for the last month. So I'm like, okay. She's like, I don't have to be any place until 8:30 the next day. So I'm like, okay.
I call it the sickness.
Yeah.
Because it's like once you get into craft beer, then you start planning your vacations around breweries, and it's just it's
become
unreal.
like this.
It literally happens, man. And even as a brewer and actually like opening up, our own spot, you still find yourself going to other places just to kind of like just to check it out, just get the vibe. Yeah, it's R&D all day.
Yeah. Eric does that all the time when he's posting for Hopped Up Network. It's always research. I'm like, hey man, that dude needs like a PhD in research.
Literally on top of that, like literally back in January, my wife's birthday was on January 14th. We went up to Karlstad to stay at a hotel literally within walking distance from Bolero Snort. This is like become one of our favorites because we love like crazy fruited sours, and they do like a lot of experimental stuff.
Right.
And that's just the case in point. Like we planned her birthday around going to stay somewhere for a brewery. Like, it's
oh, that is funny because you do that.
You Google like breweries in the area, and they come up, and it's like, that's close. Let's go here.
Which is crazy because just in the past couple of weeks, we've had a lot of really awesome conversations with a lot of the breweries in probably like a 5 to 10 mile radius of us, and that's just like I have never been in another industry to where you find people that are doing the exact same thing as you and actually becoming friends and being like, let's make this
and helping each other.
Yeah,
right.
Like, hey, if someone comes to Lumberton, or someone say comes to Mount Holly to check out their brew, I think they have a couple there now. I think one on the way as well.
Yeah.
But then, in order to get to Medford, you got to pass through us.
Right. So you might as well pass through.
You hit like 3 or 4 breweries, and you get the total
Then you get food here.
Yeah, exactly. We're the halfway. We're the pit stop. You get some food.
So I want to talk to your GM about the food now. Since you're on the GM side and you do the everything, what has it been like with food for you? Do you find that people are coming, like people are back out to eat now? Or people is like
absolutely
so over COVID they're going out to eat?
Oh yeah, no, literally like from the ground running forward. Like I mean, when we opened up in May last year, like it's we had a lot of trial and trying different things. Over the course of the summer, like what works, what doesn't. Different recipes, different food ideas, and we've definitely zoned in really concretely on what our core feel is. We have like some really cool smoked barbecue meats.
Right.
We have like some really unique takes on pub style food. That you would find bar pub style kind of stuff. But like for example, like one of our top selling dishes is it's a deep fried pub pie. So it's an entire pie that has everything that you would find in a shepherd's pie in it, but the whole thing is deep fried.
Really?
It's fantastic. Yeah. Like so it's been a really fun experience. Being part of all of that to kind of figure out what works, what doesn't. And on top of that, the fact that because we have the full liquor license, the food, the liquor, we have a lot of awesome specialty cocktails as well that run in tandem with the amazing beer that Kenny right here brews. For example, because one of our owners also owns Harvest Coffee in Voorhees in Medford, and for example, our espresso martini, we use espresso coffee beans from his shop that we cold steep into stateside vodka. So we have actually cold steeped vodka with espresso coffee. So like
it's local also.
Yeah, local as well. Yeah, and it's just to be able to have that creative freedom and just kind of do whatever we want. Like it just makes it so much fun. Like day by day. There was a lot of menu change. Trying to see what works, what doesn't. Last year, but we've now kind of zoned in and honed in on what it actually is our core feel and our core menu, and the local response. Everyone that comes out, we couldn't be more happy with how everyone is receiving and just kind of taking in everything that we're putting out there to offer. It's just delicious, wholesome. It's a good time.
Yeah, I was looking at the menu before I got here. I was like,
is that why you were late?
yeah.
And honestly, I think to elaborate on that, I feel like the first 6 months were literally figuring out what our clientele wanted, to be honest, because you never know going into a new place, and there's a lot of neighborhoods and developments around here. And at first, I mean, we wanted it to be like this all-inducing, like, no, I don't want to say fine dining, but we definitely had some more elaborative menu items.
Right.
And we learned over time that, people were kind of just looking for some pub grub and, some things to just fill their bellies and nothing, out of the ordinary. And just taking that right turn and kind of figuring out what our consumers wanted was like eye-opening in itself. Because
you get instant feedback. I mean, everybody's here saying, hey, I want this, or you don't have this kind of deal.
And that's the whole concept of this place was kind of just figuring out what this area needed.
Right.
Because there's just, we're right in the middle of I feel like we're not quite Mount Laurel and we're not on 38, but then we're not in Medford. So we're like in this kind of in between.
Yeah, you're in a no man's land, and Lumberton's not far away, and
people could fly in and have your stuff though.
Exactly. Yeah, we're right on South Jersey. What is it? South Jersey Regional.
Yeah. There you go. Right next to it.
Which is an emergency airport for Philadelphia International.
Oh yeah, no, they have medevacs flying in all the time.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's actually around the corner. I don't know if it's still there. Is the museum still there?
Yeah.
So bring your kiddos. When your kiddo's old enough, you can take them to climb in on the airplanes and stuff like that.
That's exactly what he.
But seriously, when the weather's nice and stuff, just watching the planes fly in, we always consider ourselves still children.
Yeah,
it doesn't matter.
It's gotta be cool.
It doesn't matter where you are. A plane starts flying in, you stop.
You stop.
watch it.
Yeah.
Right.
You see one overhead. I've been doing that recently. Just stopping and watching.
Well, the guy that used to own this, he died in an airplane accident, but he used to have I think a Korean War era jet fighter that he used to fly, and that's what he passed away in that crash.
Oh, really?
But he was into the warbirds and stuff like that.
I did hear that, yeah.
Yeah, that he was into those older planes and stuff like that, which are really neat to watch because you don't ever see those.
This is where the singer of Montgomery Gentry died.
Yeah.
He was trying to.
That's
Flying Feather.
Flying
W.
Oh, wait.
So there's two airports literally within 5 miles.
Thank you, because all right, I listened to that.
And I think that's closed now, isn't it? Flying.
So I don't know if the airport's not completely closed, but I know they sold. And
Right.
They're going to use as a flight school. Yeah, I believe what I've heard. The runway air traffic control part of that is going to be used as a flight school, and the whole pool bar, leisurely area is going to be knocked down to be made into like housing.
Of course, just what we need. Yeah, we just need more housing and open spaces. Just what we need.
I'm not gonna lie, it helps us.
More people.
Your eyes lit up too. You know that.
1,000 people. Let's go. Come on.
Kenny's like, I'm not hating that idea.
Hey, I mean, I'm not one for building on really nice land. But when it comes to to more people coming into Ark Brewery,
and making your business grow.
I'm okay with that. I'm a little bit okay with that.
Well, you got to get the guy. You got to get the guy down the street on Ark Road. Did you guys come up Ark Road off of 38?
Yeah, I did.
Did you see the mansion on the right where they were building all the new house?
Oh my lord!
What is that?
I was like,
God!
that was so gaudy, but it's beautiful.
And the play. Did you see the playgrounds out there?
Yeah.
I'm like, they have kids too. Like, how can they afford this?
That whole development. Yeah.
There were so many rumors going in because we were just starting to kind of, we were doing little construction things here and there, like, building. And when we started getting our Comcast hooked up, like Xfinity, the guy kept swearing to us that was Ben Simmons' house, which thank God it's not. Good riddance, Ben. Like, get out of here.
Well, you need to take out the basketball net because it's not like he's going to hit it.
Well, seriously, there's a full court 76ers basketball court in the backyard.
Really?
You can see it on Google Maps. So I think that's like what kind of sparked everyone's...
stalk much?
I wasn't stalking, all right? This was the Comcast guy. He just told me this.
He stalked.
Okay.
Well, just think how much money they could afford to spend in here. That's what you're thinking.
I know. Did you send them a flyer or something?
We've been, just dropping off care packages at the front doorstep, just saying, hi, we're here. Just come hang out with us.
There'll be dogs there soon.
Well, the way I'm looking at the place, now this is your general area here, right? This is your main area.
Yeah.
So you said there's a room upstairs, right? Do you serve people up there? Or no, it's just a private event room?
It's not for regular service, but there's private access. It holds up to about 50 people.
Okay.
So we do all kinds of events, whether it be showers, birthday parties, kind of things like that.
That's nice.
Yeah, we've got taps up there, a wet bar for liquor and wine, TVs up there. Like, we have like every sort of hookup that you could possibly need for whatever you're working for a party.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then you have the outdoor tent.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Now, do you have music or anything in the tent? Or?
So we've been definitely going back and forth with a lot of music, and obviously the temperature has a lot to do with it. Right. The tent. but we try to have at least some live music on the weekends.
And in winter, you just have the Inuit, because you don't call them Eskimos anymore. Inuit people come because they're the only ones that can handle playing out there.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's cold beer. Come on.
Yeah. And it's really funny. Like we'll just sit there and be like, hey, we turn the heaters on. It's really cold out there though, and they're just we don't care as long as is there
Sometimes
beer?
that's just so much fun.
Yeah.
Like being in the cold. I mean, if you got music going or whatever, people get up and dance.
There's games out there. So like people were playing ping pong last night, and it was like
Cornhole, Jenga,
it was nuts.
Yeah.
So how many people does it? It looks like a pretty big tent.
I think we could fit about like 180 people out there.
Oh, there you go.
We had more people out there. I mean, Thanksgiving Eve and also around Valentine's Day, we had a specific concert for an 8-piece country band, Big Country and the Finger Picking Good Band. We did like a whole special event. There was probably, I think there was more than 180 people out there in the tent. Probably about 250. We have a beer cart and a pop-up bar that we put outside for big events like that. Like it's a whole field. It's a lot of fun.
So do you put that stuff on your website? You have a website, right?
Yeah.
And you put all that stuff on your website and you keep up to date with it? Just because that sounds like so much fun.
No, 100%. Yeah.
Okay.
We have a comedy night, which is going to be our first big event. Post winter in the tent. So
March 24th. It's a Thursday. Yeah, and there's a link on our website under special events that brings you to an Eventbrite for tickets. But it's my buddy Rusty Wright. He's been doing comedy for about 10 years, and he does a lot of hosting, emceeing at like Helium, Laugh Factory down in Atlantic City. He kind of ropes the comedians around. But we have it's 6 comedians. It's going to be about a 2.5 hour show. The grand prize winner from Philly's Funniest, which is a big competition they have in the greater Philadelphia area to find the funniest comedian and around town. And it's going to be a great time. Yeah.
It was wild. So our first one we did back in October. Wow.
Yeah, it was October.
And it sold out the upstairs. So we were like, this time around, I think we got a couple more acts, but we're going big. And
did you get Jack?
Jack better get out here.
Well, did you hear he did a comedy set?
I did hear that.
Yeah, I heard he wasn't too bad.
Wait, he did?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they had.
What did he do? Just stand there? Love you, Jack.
No, I was upstairs, but they said he did really good. He was self-deprecating humor.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's beautiful.
And then I heard he read his first negative Yelp review from the weekend he opened. So he goes, I'm not going to mention her name or anything. And he went through what she did and what she said. And he goes, yeah, so I'm not going to tell you it was so-and-so. Told her name right in the thing. And then he's like, F you or something.
It's amazing. It's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, what does he care? He don't care. He's growing and expanding.
I'm not going to say anything.
Oh, I'm talking about the business.
Oh, thank you. What? I'm into my second beer already.
Hey, are you guys on to the collaboration?
Well, yes, and I think I had this when we were at Brew Littles a couple weeks ago. Is that true? Has this been out for a while?
Yeah, so that's at Brew Littles in here. We did it with Farm Truck, who they're not quite open yet either.
Right.
They're going through the same exact stuff that is.
Well, it's amazing because you think this because the state was really moving pretty fast with everybody, and all of a sudden they slowed up again.
Well, I mean, I think COVID had everything to do with that because everyone started working remote, and then even the people that were working remote, I don't think it's like a priority.
Right.
But,
No, you got laundry to be done.
Of course.
Not that I know.
I don't get any work done at home. That's why I come here.
Yeah.
Seriously. I have two little ones now, and it's just like impossible.
No, that's the collab reminds me of candy.
Candy?
Oh, yeah, like like a sweet tart or like
So that
a
was
spree. Like you get kind of have. Do you ever have a spree?
Oh,
Spree.
Yep.
Oh my
God. Yep.
Yeah.
I haven't had Spree in forever.
I know,
You're not dating your age or anything.
No. I remember somebody gave it to me a little bit ago.
Yeah. No, they don't make this anymore.
So I off of eBay.
Oh, they don't make them anymore? Yes, they do. You can find them.
No way.
Yes, they can. I'm going to find them. I'm going to bring them here, and then we're going to make a beer with a spree.
Spree sour.
There you go.
I'm in.
There you go.
Seltzer.
I got a name for it.
Let's go.
Now, speaking of seltzer, do you guys do that?
We do, yeah.
Okay.
So technically, since we aren't allowed to brew here, just for the time being, we can actually make like RTDs, like ready to drink cocktails. So I could do pretty much any kind of mixture that we're thinking, like any kind of vibe. So I think we did. We actually have this really cool kind of experiment going on right now where we actually took Harvest Coffee and we're going to make like a hard coffee seltzer.
Okay.
And it's yeah. So
That'll be interesting.
we're
Yeah,
cold
really.
steeping. We're cold steeping just some stuff right now, and then I think we're gonna add some flavoring and probably some oat milk and put it on nitro. See what happens.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
That I'd have to say, because I think I'd give up Dunkin' Donuts for that.
Right?
Dunkin'
Right?
Donuts iced coffee for that.
Well, you had the PBR one, right? Or not?
no, I
PBR.
actually never did.
Nah.
Nope.
Delicious.
Was it?
Yeah, it smells like Yoo-hoo, but it tastes like coffee. It's weird,
Really?
but it is tasty.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
Bit of a mind warp. Yeah.
Where did I see that? I just saw that, and then I still didn't try it.
I don't know. PBR came out with I think they came out with a couple different flavors, didn't they?
Yeah.
Of that? Yeah.
Then there was the Wawa coffee or something too.
Well, that's good from 2SP.
2SP.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good coffee beer.
I'm looking for spree candy. I'm just saying.
You guys were doing cocktails in a bag, also, weren't you?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, so-
kind of
Still do. Yeah.
And tell us a little bit about your takeout window.
Yeah, so the window is an entirely different beast in its own right. So it's like, it's cool, like over the summer, like we would go on like a 2.5 hour wait for tables, but like to kind of like alleviate that, like you have the option to go up to our window, you can order drinks, you can order food, all the food comes out in to-go boxes, so it's very self-sufficient, kind of like, a self-responsibility. But, so it was great because, we'd have this like 30, 40 deep line out our to-go window, people waiting for tables. And then, by the time they're able to sit, because they're able to get what they need, like it's not really that big of a deal when you're waiting. But we have these cocktail towers that are in constant rotation. We have different specialty cocktails that we do throughout the season, and we actually have these really cool biodegradable 16-ounce pouches. They're essentially adult Capri Suns, and then
Basically, yeah.
And so we have like an orange crush cocktail. We have a cocktail called Bubba's Jollies that literally tastes like a watermelon Jolly Rancher. The Lumberton Crush is like a tropical coconut kind of like melon liqueur, cocktail. But like we had people, last summer stop by on their way to the shore, and they'd be like, "Let me get 10 crush pouches. Let me get 5 Lumberton Crush pouches." And they just throw it in the cooler, go down the beach, and have a day. Like it's a lot of fun.
It was pure pain. Pain.
He's not wrong.
He's acting like this to-go window is the best thing since sliced bread. I hated myself. This past summer.
He's really not wrong. It was a super stressful thing to kind of figure out and navigate and nail down so that we can figure out the best way to process, figure everything out and just get the service out there quickly. But it's it's all the growing pains.
Is that something you still have going on, or you're going to?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen.
It helps you outside.
Oh yeah.
We've just gotten a little bit more prepared.
Okay.
I got to be honest. I stopped listening after you said watermelon Jolly Rancher.
Yeah. I think
My
you
all-time
need to try it.
favorite. Yeah,
You need to try it.
exactly right.
Oh yeah.
Like the watermelon Jolly Ranchers. Oh, I love watermelon flavored stuff. You know that, Rob.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
green zebra.
Yeah, green zebra is like.
Yeah. Founder's green zebra. Yeah.
Yeah, in the summertime. Oh, yeah.
The ingredients for that will kind of throw you on your back, and you'll be kind of confused when you hear what makes it taste like a watermelon Jolly Rancher. So it's from Mount Holly Trainwreck Distillery.
Mm-hmm.
So we use it's railcart gin, peach schnapps, pineapple juice, cranberry juice, and ginger ale, and all of those components mixed together taste like a watermelon Jolly Rancher.
That's wild.
Oh yeah.
We're gonna get a little sample. And
it's local.
Was that R&D, or did you guys hear about that?
The funny story about that, actually, so our chef in the kitchen, his name's Ryan Aldrich, but he goes by Bubba. So he's
Makes sense.
Yeah. Well,
if you saw him, you'd understand. Bubba.
Yeah. He's an amazing fellow. He's extremely creative with what he does for food. He's a smoke master. But one day, like he just at the end of the night, he came up to me. He was like, "Make me a drink." So I was like, "All right." So I just kind of threw some stuff together. I was like, this will work, this will that. I've been bartending for a while, so it's a lot of fun to just kind of take on a challenge and figure something out that works. So I just put all these ingredients together and gave it to him, and he was just like, "This tastes like a watermelon Jolly Rancher." I was like, "Oh my God! All right, so we're gonna call it you, and we're gonna make it, and it's gonna be a thing." And it's literally taken off. It's been like one of the most quick flying drinks that we've had so far as the pouches, everything. Like everyone loves it when they try it.
I'm going to do the pouches when I go down to the campground because
got it, man.
They pack them in a cooler and
roll
down there with it.
Yeah, you got to watch if you go camping with us that the little one doesn't grab one of those pouches and start drinking.
Put a straw in it.
You're gonna have to watch yourself, kid.
All I was thinking about when you said it was an adult Capri Sun was like having 3 of them and then trying to open the 4th and like fucking it up and exploding it all over myself.
Luckily,
But they almost banged heads.
I can't stab the straw.
no, you got it. You got it 100%.
Stabbing it with a knife and trying to get open or ripping the top apart. Yeah.
Did you just shotgun that adult Capri Sun?
Well,
I had to.
I'm surprised you lasted till the 4th one. And me, I quit after when I had kids and they were doing. I quit after the first one. I was like,
yeah, it's probably 2. I didn't want to make it seem like I was a cheap
so many broken straws.
Yeah, you don't ever. Do we have Capri Suns for you? Because I don't.
I think you banned them in the house.
Yeah,
because of that.
Yeah.
Here. So because of COVID, you guys can't try it, but Rob can because he drank my other beer. But yeah, don't touch my straw. Yeah, don't put that up your nose either.
Lip it.
There you go.
It's a COVID test.
I can really taste that peach tree schnapps in it. I don't think I stirred it enough, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I tasted the peach schnapps there, but it's really good.
It's good. Like
wait. On the back end, I just got that.
Yeah, I don't think I stirred. I can get fucking trashed on that.
Yep.
Yeah, easily because
and people very much do.
Yeah. Oh. Okay.
Yeah, because I got the peach on the front, probably because it wasn't, but then it really came in the water. It's
crazy.
The watermelon flavor. Yeah.
And it's actually.
Sorry, guys. Get your own.
It's still on my tongue now. Here, let me get rid of that taste.
What? I had to try it. You guys want to try it? I don't care. I'm all right with germs. I'm vaccinated.
Me and Rob were sharing beers on Friday, so it don't matter.
Oh, that's weird.
I got a text. He's like, you want to go out for beer? You want to meet at Dr. Brutals for beer? I'm like, I'm unemployed.
Twist your arm.
Yeah. I said, they open at 2. He goes, I can't come till 3. I said, okay.
I'll save you a seat.
There's nobody in there.
Yeah. Okay, I stirred it. Watermelon, definitely. Yeah. You want to try it, Ian? You're looking like you want to.
I'll try it. I'm vaccinated and I've had COVID, so what's it matter?
Yeah, that's very good.
Vaxxed and waxed, baby.
It's amazing. You just like one night put all this.
I mean, honestly, I feel like for the first couple of months that we were open, a lot of like the servers and stuff, they would come at the end of the night and be like, surprise me for their shift drink, and Andrew would just come up with these crazy concoctions.
Should we break?
Yeah, I think we're gonna break.
Let's break and then come back. You can find us on Twitter and Facebook at Jersey Beer Guys 1 or Instagram at Jersey Beer Guys.
Thanks for listening, and remember, try something Jersey.
You're still here? It's over. Go home. Go.